Good morning, buenos dias, bonjour, guten tuten. It's time for Golden VCR, I think. Hi. Howdy, everybody. Good morning. It's broadcast 70, I do believe, of Golden VCR here on this beautiful Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, May 22nd, 2024. And a rootin' tootin' guten tag to you all. Let's, real quick, some of you have noticed that our Golden VCR Rockbot emote has been approved. So now you can do that. We also have, let's see, on goldenvcr.com/remix, we now have, I have added a bunch of things to this. We got the milk song. We got all the squiggles, dots, and lines songs. We got the cigarette rap. So feel free to request any of these except God's Property, and we will play them at some point during the stream. Just to celebrate our new emote, because this one is only 30 seconds too. Let me give you a taste. A taste of the video cornucopia that we now have access to as we slowly morph into 80s MTV. Of course we have the Prego Shuffle. You have to have the Prego Shuffle. It is still a tedious manual process for me to add these clips to a playlist in OBS and play them. One day I will fix that. Anyway, good morning. Whoops. Shit. Sorry, I turned down the volume on the wrong thing. This is how you play the rock guitar. Anyway, let's watch some tapes. What I have for you to start with is another 30-minute NASA segment, because I want to get through this box set. And this is our penultimate tape, the second of two films on this tape. It looks like another boring one about the shuttle, because NASA stopped being interesting after the 70s. Let's check this out. This is, what did we call it? NASA. 25 years, we deliver. We've gone from exploring the cosmos for the good of all mankind to launching military and commercial satellites for the benefit of our corporate donors. This documentary film covers the first 4 operational missions of the Space Transportation System, STS, flights 5, 6, 7, and 8. The operational common denominator of the missions, satellite deployment, is stressed. Also included are significant secondary achievements such as EVAs, the first female astronaut, the first night launch and landing, and some of the more important onboard experiments. Just a cool 30 minutes of NASA. So let's check that out. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready for tapes.
Okay, and the port restraint is out. Here comes the span. Here it goes.
Yeah, we see it down here.
It does have good early 80s synth music, though.
Okay, Mike, we're at 52, coming back down 51 RPM.
Roger, we copy. You guys look good. And Columbia, Houston, everyone down here is go for deploy with 2 minutes left over Hawaii.
And so is everyone up here.
Roger, we copy.
Mike, we hope the TV comes out. It doesn't play back very well on a monitor, but we're relatively sure we got it. And we, by the way, still have that beautiful satellite inside. It's traveling just below it.
Roger, we copy, Bill and Joe, and got a lot of happy people down here. You guys did good work.
Okay, Mike, we delivered. We got SBS off on time. And if you're interested, I'll read you the pad.
Roger, go ahead.
This music makes me want to play King's Quest V. Summary of shuttle flights 5, 6, 7, and 8. The most exciting title that NASA could come up with.
Deliver the crew of Shuttle Mission 5 did. Only 8 hours into the first operational flight of the Space Shuttle program. 5th flight of the orbiter Columbia. The first 4 missions were test flights to prove the space transportation system could provide access to low Earth orbit on a routine basis. Those missions laid the groundwork for the operational era. Shuttle Flight 5 was the beginning of that era. The primary purpose of the mission, to carry 2 communication satellites into orbit, deploy them from the payload bay, then return to Earth.
Columbia, Houston, 30 seconds till LOS, and everything is still go down here for deploy.
Roger, Brian, we copy that. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to having a good one.
Roger, and good luck.
Last time we learned about the first 4 missions of STS, which were like the first manned operational tests of the shuttle. And we got a speech from Reagan. We learned about how NASA was making everything better by eliminating all the jobs at mission control to cut costs.
Okay, Houston, this is Columbia. We are 2 for 2. We deliver. Hey, Roy, are we down now? That was, are we on the ground?
Absolutely.
A flawless landing. Only minutes after sunrise at Edwards Air Force Base, California, ended Columbia's 5th mission. Looking slightly weathered, the orbiter had traveled over 10.5 million miles in 5 flights, spent 24 days on orbit, and circled the Earth almost 400 times. It would now return to Kennedy Space Center, Florida for refurbishment, to be launched again on Shuttle Flight 9.
Yeah, years ago I watched, there's an episode of the TV sitcom Punky Brewster where Punky witnesses the Challenger disaster on TV, I think at school, and then is processing the emotional trauma of it.
NASA's fleet, Challenger, would fly
And then
on Shuttle
Buzz
Flight
Aldrin shows up at her house
weight-saving
and
improvements
talks
had
to
been
her
made.
about the risks
The
that
orbiter itself was almost
astronauts
2,500
accept as
pounds
part of the
lighter
job.
because of structural changes. The external tank weighed 10,000 pounds less than the one used on Shuttle Flight 1. The solid rocket boosters were almost 4,000 pounds lighter. The 3 main engines were upgraded to 104% of rated thrust. A blanket-like thermal material replaced 600 thermal tiles in non-critical areas. And all 30,000 tiles were densified to improve their durability. This stack could carry over 17,000
Buzz Aldrin is
pounds more
still
into orbit
kicking
than Columbia.
at 94.
T-minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
He's on
Go
Twitter.
For main engine ignition. 7, 6. We have main engine ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff of the orbiter Challenger and the 6th flight of the Space Shuttle. The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Challenger's underway. We got a roll
Challenger?
Challenger flew 10 missions, including its final one.
And some late news for your story. We got a go for deploy. We have a go for deploy.
On Shuttle Flight 6, Challenger's
Columbia
cargo,
lasted a bit longer.
the tracking and
Columbia
data
flew
relay
28
satellite,
missions.
TDRS, and its solid propellant inertial upper stage rocket, the IUS, weighed almost 19 tons. TDRS was the largest, most advanced communication satellite launched to date,
That is correct.
a major accomplishment in space communications.
Welcome, Bella. Welcome to the rocket launch stream.
TDRS is launched from the payload bay by ejection springs, released when explosive bolts are fired.
This segment is actually a little loud. I'm cranking it down
After
slightly.
shuttle moves a safe distance away,
It's getting into the
first
red.
stage of the IUS rocket fires to boost the satellite from 150 miles to 22,300 miles in altitude. Then the first stage separates. Shortly thereafter, the second stage of the IUS rocket fires to circularize the satellite's orbit. Solar panels and antennas are deployed to provide power and tracking and data relay capability.
The IUS was a space launch
Having
system
attained a
developed by Boeing
circularized
for the U.S. Air
altitude of
Force.
22,300 miles and traveling at the same speed as the Earth's rotation, the satellite will remain fixed in orbit over the same location continuously. Later, the first TDRS will be joined by two more identical satellites.
So
The
this
three
thing,
will form a space communications network, providing almost continuous coverage to Earth-orbiting spacecraft.
this
Not
thing
the
is like
15% ground
the
station
inertial upper
flight.
stage is a Boeing
The
developed.
network will be able to track
booster.
26 Earth-orbiting spacecraft
It's
simultaneously.
apparently like coupled to the payload.
And because
like a
TDRS
satellite or
satellites
something.
only relay data, they do not process it. 20 times
They
more
put
information will
that
be
whole
handled
thing
by
into the
this
shuttle. They
network
released it
than
in
could
low
be
Earth
by
orbit,
ground
and then the
stations.
inertial upper stage, the IUS,
All
is
data
designed
will be
to
relayed
launch the
directly
thing
to
into
the
higher
primary
orbit,
NASA ground terminal,
so that it can
White
do
Sands, New Mexico.
sneaky
And
things.
from there, via domestic satellite to other NASA centers.
It's either science things or sneaky things. One of the two. The space program got a lot sneakier. I mean, it was always sneaky.
Hello there,
It
we're
was
with
sneaky in the
Launch
60s,
of
but we were
TDRS
also
was
doing
on
cool
time
stuff.
and nominal. First stage firing of the inertial upper stage also went well.
And Sunnyvale and White Sands send you a special attaboy.
However, halfway through the second stage firing, ground controllers lost communication with the satellite. It was an hour before even intermittent signals were picked up. They indicated TDRS had not yet separated from the IUS.
Governments and
and that
corporations
both
have
were
always been
tumbling
doing
at a
sneaky
very
stuff.
high rate of speed,
That's nothing new.
receiving only intermittent signals
It's
from
just we're
TDRS,
now like
using short-life
super
batteries, which
aware
would
of
soon
the
be
fact that they're
depleted.
doing sneaky
And getting
stuff.
no response to signals sent from the ground made the outlook for TDRS
And then it just
bleak.
becomes like tacitly accepted. It's like, well, what are you going to
Several
do?
more hours passed, and then something remarkable.
Corporations are going to spy on you.
Still aren't sure
It's
why.
fine.
But either an automatic timing mechanism was engaged, or onboard systems finally acknowledged repeated commands from the ground, separating
Ooh,
TDRS
Cosmo
from the
is great.
IUS.
Teachers is doing, we're terribly interested in that.
Well, I do have some words.
Now on its own, the satellite stopped tumbling.
I don't know. It's still
Ground
shady.
Controllers commanded deployment of the solar array and antennas. However, they quickly learned TDRS was way off course and drifting farther every day. Their only hope of getting it back on course was to use the tiny hydrazine thrusters originally designed for minor attitude and velocity adjustments, not for boosting the 2.5-ton TDRS over 8,500 miles farther into space. But at least the satellite was not lost. NASA officials immediately put their plan into effect. Meanwhile, Shuttle Flight 6 continued as planned.
Okay, we're back with you, Milo, for about 12 more minutes. Got a good TV picture again.
Roger, Houston. Got the hatch closed, and we're waiting for a go for depress on time.
That sounds great, Bo.
Copy, we have a go for depress on time.
That's affirmative. You have a go.
Challenger uses with you over Guam for about 7.5 minutes.
Oh, that's a lot of text.
Easy one is halfway out. They're configuring the air one. Get ready
I
for
love how he has like a burlap sack for his astronaut life support backpack.
Ethan, they have a suggested setting for the DAC camera now when it's on light. Okay, Don.
This was America's first spacewalk in 9 years. The astronauts were attached by safety tethers to slide wires running just inside the payload bay. They wore a new design in spacesuits, also called extravehicular mobility units. A portable life support system was worn on the back, eliminating the need for a lifeline connected to the orbiter. These suits are not custom built for each astronaut. Tops and bottoms of different sizes can be mixed. They are also more flexible than previous spacesuits. The crew removed tools from a storage locker in the front part of the payload bay.
Hooked on the door here, Connie. Want me just to leave it there? On the hatch? That's the inner hatch. I think it's a fine place to leave it. All right? I shall.
Then moved aft again.
The authorities loose, Story.
Using a cable run through a winch mounted on the bulkhead, then tied to the cradle that had held
They
the
ordered their
IUS,
spacesuits from Amazon.
the astronauts demonstrated they could have lowered the cradle manually had commands from on board failed.
There is Velcro here over the outer hatch. That's what I'm going to do, Story. Velcro on the inner hatch over there. The Velcro, I'm afraid I'll kick it loose.
Winch operations were tested on the front bulkhead using an exergenie as a load to see how many pounds the winch and line could handle.
The back pocket. Okay, I'll try that. And
Lastly, the tools were re-stowed, and the astronauts re-entered the spacecraft.
I believe you've done it, Story.
Indian Ocean for 2.5.
Perhaps the most visually spectacular mission since America's first landing on the moon, Shuttle Flight 7 gave us our first glimpse of the orbiter from a distance.
Another space first.
John, we have had one more of those intermittent dropouts, but the spas came right back up and no other problems.
Thank you.
The magnificent views were provided by a European payload called SPAS.
We switched over to a view looking at spas.
We copy?
Roger that. We
SPAS is an acronym for Shuttle Pallet Satellite, a unique, reusable space platform built by the West German aerospace company Messerschmitt Balkov Blom, with generous financial assistance from the West German Federal Ministry of Research and Technology.
Best wishes to those folks from MBB who built this spacecraft. It's a real
In addition to having American television and film cameras mounted on SPAS, 10 experiments belonging to the West German government, the European Space Agency, and NASA were on the platform. MBB wanted to validate the satellite's design and prove experiments could be operated while SPAS was free flying.
Hey, the West Germans. Sombra Nor was telling us that it's Goth Day, and German is
NASA
the most
wanted to
goth
show
of
the remote
languages.
manipulator system could handle the 2.5-ton payload.
I think there's no country more goth than West Germany, aside from East Germany.
We just turned on the mass spec to warm it up. I assume that you wanted us to do that.
Affirmative, Sally. Thank you.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Spain having been conquered by the Visigoths at one point, right?
John performed a beautiful release.
Or the Ostrogoths? Whatever happened to the Ostrogoths?
The orbiter's ability to station keep
That's what
with
I wanna
SPAS
know.
was also demonstrated. At this point, they are 1,000 feet apart.
Underlined negligible.
Here, SPAS and Challenger are 200 feet apart. Thrusters on board the orbiter were fired to record the effect on SPAS.
The Gothic language is the only surviving East
SPAS
Germanic
was
language.
rebirthed or returned to Earth.
They sure are nice.
So, like, they got kind of incorporated into other cultures and or died out.
We deliver. Well, from Flight 7, we pick up and deliver.
We certainly hope so.
The remark by Shuttle Flight 7's commander meant not only had the SPA's operation been successful, but that the crew also deployed 2 communication satellites. A Canadian satellite to be used for one of the world's first direct-to-home pay TV services, and an Indonesian satellite. It would increase high-speed data transmission and telecommunications service to that country's remote island locations.
Roger, the weather at KSC is getting worse instead of getting better, so it looks like we're a no-go for KSC.
Shuttle Flight 7 was to be the first landing of an orbiter at Kennedy Space Center, Florida. But bad weather conditions did not allow it. Challenger would touch down instead at Edwards Air Force Base, California.
I guess some of the satellites were neither sneaky nor science. They just beamed movies directly to your house.
During the period of communications blackout,
oh, this is good.
About 15 minutes,
look at this goth boy.
On the vehicle's surface reached their peak. The temperature of the red-hot glow seen through Challenger's front windows was about 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit.
I love the image of a goth warrior on his back, too, on his shirt.
Processing Western Test Range data.
Houston, Challenger, loud and clear. Nice and smooth all the way down.
Real good, Crip.
Been running about 5 to 7 tenths aileron trim on the right.
Roger, we see that.
I'll say once more, we're away to come to California.
Roger that. Challenger, Houston, rolling off the hack. Your energy looks good. Surface wind 180 at 10.
Ooh, beautiful. Nice hood ornament, too.
Roger, we see that. Congratulations, a great looking landing.
I don't know if Misfits is a band associated with goths. The goth kids at my high school just liked the Misfits.
Approximately 2 months after TDRS was first launched from Shuttle's cargo bay on Flight 6, the final firing needed to place the satellite in its correct orbit was executed.
My ghost got rejected, I think.
Personnel began immediately to check out communication systems on board and initiate a series of important ground tests with the satellite essential to its operation on upcoming shuttle flights.
Tuxedos and top hats, the most goth clothing of all.
Processing TDRS.
First use of TDRS with Shuttle was on Mission 8.
Challenger, Houston with you on TDRS.
Houston, Challenger, loud and clear. How do you rate a CDR?
Roger, loud and clear also.
Challenger, this is Houston with you through Hawaii for 7
Also
minutes.
conducted on Shuttle Flight 8 was checkout of the remote manipulator system and payload flight test article.
Call it Canadarm. Quit calling it remote manipulator system.
The 8,500-pound structure
It deserves
was the
to be
heaviest object lifted
addressed by its proper name.
more than double the weight of any previous payload. Data gathered during the checkout was used to plan the Solar Max repair mission. On that flight, a 20,000-pound payload would
I mean,
be
this tape
deployed,
was originally
and an orbiting
kind, but
satellite would be retrieved.
we had previously watched the first half of this tape in a different stream, so it was halfway through the tape.
We're ready to deploy it.
That's good news.
But I think that
Flight
that
8
counts
marks
as
the sixth
kind
successful launch of a satellite by
de facto.
40 up here.
It was an Indian communications satellite which would bring telecommunications, television, and badly needed weather information to remote areas of that country. Because Challenger was launched at night on Shuttle Flight 8, parts of the southern hemisphere never seen or photographed from space were visible during daylight hours. The first night landing for the Space Shuttle program occurred on Mission 8 with safe touchdown of Challenger at Edwards Air Force Base, California. After making its first voyage into space on Shuttle Flight 4, the Continuous Flow Electrophoresis System, CEPHAS, flew again on Shuttle Flights 6, 7, and 8.
CEPHAS.
The device is a prototype of a production unit to purify material for the treatment of disease. It was built by McDonnell Douglas Corporation and flown on Shuttle as part of a joint agreement between NASA, McDonnell Douglas Corporation, and Ortho Pharmaceuticals Corporation, a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson.
Challenger, Houston.
Combined results from Flight 6 and 7 demonstrated that CEPHAS could separate over 700 times more material, and in purities 4 times higher than could be achieved in Earth's gravity. Shuttle Flight 8 was the first use of CEPHAS to separate living cells. Some of the samples were separated to continue research at Pennsylvania State University and Johnson Space Center, Texas. The McDonnell Douglas samples were used to further diabetes research at Washington University Medical School, Missouri. Other scientific activity conducted on Shuttle Flights 5 through 8 also focused, as the CEPHAS had, on research and materials processing, greatly enhanced when performed in the weightlessness of space. The monodisperse latex reactor flown on Shuttle Flights 3 and 4 flew again on missions 6 and 7 in a continuing attempt to improve the production of polystyrene latex microspheres for cancer research and treatment and glaucoma research.
Oh, Wilford
5
Brimley.
student experiments flew
Rest in
on the
peace.
4 shuttle flights as part of an annual science competition co-sponsored by NASA and the National Science Teachers Association. Studies ranged from fluid convection to sponge and crystal growth to biofeedback. A total of 23 getaway special canisters were flown on Shuttle Flights 5, 6, 7, and 8. Some contained stamped envelopes from the U.S. Post Office commemorating spaceflight. Others grew snow, exposed seeds to zero gravity, and studied the effects of weightlessness on a colony of ants. NASA's Getaway Special program is a
Ants
unique
and seeds,
opportunity
man.
to fly small, self-contained payloads on board shuttle.
80s
on a
space just
available
wasn't as
basis
cool as
at a
60s
very
space.
low cost.
Oh no, that's not going to end well.
Perhaps the studies with the most human interest were those done on space adaptation syndrome, also known as space motion sickness, a malady which affects approximately half of all astronauts. The most extensive studies of SAS were done on Flight 8, focusing primarily on the neurological system. Oral sensitivity was tested, eye movements, and repeated physical motion. Measurements were taken of limb volume and external tissue pressure. If any of these tests looked torturous, it's no wonder the crew dubbed the doctor's mid-deck working area a chamber of horrors, and mockingly gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Have we had a
Astronaut
space
crews
mutiny
got along
yet?
exceedingly well with each other on missions 5, 6, 7, and 8.
I really feel like that's
Yet
a
they were the
bigger theme in
largest,
sci-fi
most
than
diverse
in
crews
reality.
in the history of spaceflight. Flight 5 carried the first 4-person crew. Flight 6, calling themselves the Over-the-Hill Gang, tallied up all their years of experience to get this grand total. Flight 7 carried the first
Fast
5-person
food.
crew, including the first American woman to fly in space, Sally Ride. Flight 8 included the first black American to fly in space, Guyanne Bluford. And the oldest person to fly in space to date, Dr. William Thornton. With ejection seats gone from the flight deck and water storage tanks and instrumentation
so apparently there
gone
was
from the
like
middeck, there was much more room to accommodate the larger
some
crew.
controversy in Skylab 4, and it was kind of dubbed by
There
the
was also
media as a
opportunity
strike
for
or a
privacy.
mutiny, but there is controversy as to whether that's actually an accurate description.
Exercise.
I do wish we had learned more about Skylab, because I don't know that much about Skylab, but I know that it was like kind of a disaster. Like it just kept catching on fire.
The success of flights 5, 6, 7, and 8.
But it was also
represented
huge and
many
cool and like
accomplishments for the space
the
shuttle
closest
program.
we've come to
More important,
the 2001
the missions proved the operational
vision
capability
of
of the space transportation
stations.
system. That useful work can be done in space for the benefit of people on Earth.
The Soviets also had a bunch of like permanently
But the
inhabited
program has
or
really
continuously
just
inhabited satellites that had all sorts of gnarly issues, and I would love to learn more about those too. The Soviets launched at one point a satellite.
in the shuttle fleet.
They
Discovery
tested satellite
launched in 1984.
guns. Like they put cannons on satellites so that they could shoot other satellites.
Ready for use in 1985.
And it turns out when you do that, it just
New astronauts are being recruited. 73
wildly
shuttle flights are
exacerbates the problem
scheduled
of
for
space debris.
1988.
Like you're just taking something that's in the same orbit as you and turning it into 1,000
America's
projectiles
space
that
shuttle
will
program is excellent.
whirl around the Earth and come back and
And there
kill you.
appears to be no end in sight.
Ban, germ berm. I'm a fast typer. This music, man. The music got suddenly very quiet and spacey. The vibe changed really, really abruptly, and now I don't want to talk too loud. Because then we won't be able to appreciate this music. NASA. All right, well, that was tape 4 of 5 in our NASA 25 Years box set, compiled in 1997 from original NASA films. We have one more tape in this series. It is going to be, once we get there... Thank you, Deb. It's going to be a 60-minute feature on the Challenger disaster and the investigation of it. But for now, we're done with NASA for today. Let's eject the tape and figure out what we're watching next. If you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, by the way, we have... I finally got through my backlog of like songs that I have recorded off of tapes as clips and gotten them up on the website. So you're welcome to request those if anything, if there's anything you want to see again. Some of the stuff is quite old, like the Milk song we haven't seen in ages. But for now, look at that badonkadonk. Zebra, or zebra, patterns in the grass. We've received a lot of Nat Geo tapes that... Oh! Shit, this one's not rewound. Oprah, make the connection. It's about changing your life. Zebra is in the rewinder. And this one is also not rewound. Damn it. The official kids safety quiz. Safe Kids Are No Accident, a game show. It's rewound, thank God. We're watching this one now. So I if a tape is unkind, we might skip over it while it rewinds and do something else, but that still counts as unkind as far as the prediction goes. That's what I've decreed. Ooh, this is one of those nice, like, wood grain VHS tapes. This is from Kids Classics, 1988. And let's check it out. Kids Safety Quiz. Safety, safety, safety. Hockey safety, gun safety, dog safety, kid safety. The official Kids Safety Quiz. Safety kids are no accident. My mom told me I was an accident. The official Kids Safety Quiz game show helps teach children to keep themselves safe while entertaining them by inviting them to play along while they learn. 5 important safety areas are presented: automobile and pedestrian safety, swimming and water safety, fire and burn safety, bicycle safety, emergency response. Today, safety awareness for children is more vital than ever because preventable injury due to accidents is the #1 health risk to America's kids. A special message to parents. Take some time out to watch this program with your children and to talk about it after the show. Your kids may have questions that need answering. Remember, your caring and guidance are an important helping hand. All right. Yeah, nothing about gun safety. Here we go. My mom didn't tell me I was an accident. She told me I was a special surprise from the Lord. The official Kid Safety Quiz game show. Safe kids. Come on, tracking. I have no idea what to expect from this one, to be honest. Kids Classics home video.
Hello, my name is Marty Eichelberger, and I'm the director of the Trauma Center at Children's Hospital National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. Before we start this Kids Safety Quiz, I'd like to take a minute to speak to you about safety. You may not know this, but accidents or childhood injuries are the #1 killer of children and the leading disabler. Each year, 1 child in 4 will suffer an injury serious enough to require medical attention. The fact is, most of these injuries can be prevented. That's why we at Children's Hospital have helped create the National Safe Kids campaign, which is sponsored by Johnson & Johnson and the National...
Johnson & Johnson again.
By placing a new emphasis
They really
on
are
safety,
everywhere.
we are hoping to raise the public's awareness about the #1 health risk to America's
Oh,
children,
buddy freeze.
preventable injuries. The videotape you're about to see covers 5 major safety areas, including traffic, bike, water, fire, and emergency response.
The 4 elements: traffic,
Designed
bike,
to involve you
water,
in
and
questions
fire.
answers, and stimulate your entire family to discuss safety in greater depth and to encourage families to participate in Safe Kids events in your community. In short, to make safety a family activity. Now enjoy the tape and remember, safe kids are no accident.
I hope we get original songs here. Man, that is a shockingly small amount of that wall dedicated to chalkboard versus a large amount dedicated to a portrait of George Washington. I don't think we had Kim Jong-il style portraits of George Washington in my classrooms growing up. I think Washington would have hated that.
Good morning, children.
Good morning.
I know this will just break your hearts, but Mrs. Lanasa is out sick today. Yes, I know, but try to keep your concern to a minimum. I'm your substitute teacher, Mr. Lowry. And as part of National Safe Kids Campaign Week here at school, I've been asked to teach you something about safety.
Just putting Oprah in the rewinder.
All right, forget about it. You're all dismissed. Just kidding. Safety, wasn't it? Now, How many of you think that learning about safety is dumb? Fair enough. Now, how many of you think that learning about safety is boring? I see. Now, how many of you think that learning about safety is fun? That's what I thought.
You don't really believe that, do you, Mr. Lowry?
Yeah, safety is so boring.
Well, maybe it was before, but not anymore.
Right, I'm so sure.
No, I'm serious. And it's all thanks to YouTubey. I thought that might get your attention.
YouTubey?
What's a YouTubey?
YouTubey is a very interesting concept that I've been thinking a lot about lately. You see, if we use our imaginations, we can think of something from outer space, some alien being who knows everything there is to know about safety. And this alien being is called U2B, which means this. He's an unidentified, thinking, watchful, orbital brain.
That's not how...
And this alien safety guard...
That's not how acronyms work.
Something like this.
The numeral 2 does not stand for 3 words that begin with T, W, and O, respectively. That's completely insane.
Do you see? Are you with me?
Safe video poon. Oh, no.
From somewhere in the universe. And he travels throughout the solar system looking out for everybody.
This is not making safety fun. This is making class time alarming.
I just knew that would be your reaction. But I can prove to you that YouTubey really exists. How about it? Is it a deal?
Deal!
Good. Now, YouTubey is part of a series of...
Excuse me, sir. Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
Looks like the principal wants to see me about something. So while I'm away, I'd like you to read these safety booklets. And I suggest you actually do read them because I might just give you a pop quiz. Okay, I'll be back soon.
He's not even going to hand them out? Jesus. At least give them to the kids in the first row of each.
Hi, kids. What's new? Come on, cat, got your tongue?
You're YouTubey.
The very one at your service.
This is wonderful.
Be real.
Let me tell you something. Your teacher was absolutely right about me.
This is discount Tom Servo.
I'd like to hear about kids who ignore safety and won't try to learn something that might save their lives or keep them from getting seriously hurt.
We didn't know. We were just having some fun.
Don't you remember what your teacher told you? You can have fun while you learn about safety. All right, it looks like I'll have to prove it. Is that it?
This is another apparent banger sent in by Green Day Rock.
Hold on to your hats. Here we go.
Thank you, Green Day. Way to pick 'em, man.
He's from another dimension, billion miles from here.
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and record this. Sorry.
About safety. All right, it looks like I'll have to prove it. Is that it? Why does everything have to be such a big production? Okay, hold on to your hats. Here we go.
He's from another dimension, billion miles from here. He calls himself U2B, and the message he sends is clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the official Kids Safety Quiz.
Oh, that was the song. Damn it. They better do a full version of the credits. Toof.
And now, here he is, everyone's favorite safety genius, U2B.
Thanks, Jerry, and welcome to the official Kids Safety Quiz, the game where you at home and we in the studio learn about safety the fun and exciting way. Now, the rules are very simple. One member from each team will answer true-false questions during each of our 5 segments. Included in each segment will be an extra credit question and our very messy, special bonus round. Blue team, are you ready?
Ready!
Yellow team, are you ready?
Ready!
Let's play the quiz.
Aw, Toofy.
Okay, kids, your topic will be traffic safety. Now remember, you get 5 points for each true-false question, 10 points for each extra credit question, and 25 points for each bonus question. Question 1. When crossing the street, look left and right before crossing.
True. True.
That's not even
No,
a
the
statement.
answer is false. Look left, right, and left again. Next question. You should walk
This is
against
a bad
the traffic,
quiz.
but bike with the traffic.
True. True.
Correct. Next question. Retro-reflective clothing, like what this bike rider and jogger are wearing, should always be worn when you're out at night.
True. True.
That's right. Common sense should tell you that one. All right.
This is how they. This is their best effort at making this fun.
Driver can see you.
True. False.
The answer is false.
He could be on his cell phone.
Drivers have to pay attention to so many things, they may not actually see you, even if you think they do. Now, here's an interesting question. Kids should bug adults to buckle up.
False. True.
The answer is true. Go ahead and bug them. It could save a life. Extra credit time. Take a look at this diagram. This diagram shows the right and wrong way to buckle a seatbelt. Is it correct?
Yes. Yes.
That's right. Make sure the lap belt is snug over your hips and the shoulder belt is not across your face.
Man.
2 extra points for each team.
Remember ashtrays being literally everywhere?
Always stop at the curb or edge of the street before entering the road.
True. True.
That's right. You can't be seen when you dart out into the street, and the driver can't stop immediately. You kids are pretty smart. Let's see how you do in the...
I remember ashtrays. Yep, in cars, ashtrays in restaurants, ashtrays in the arm of the barber chair,
I will show you a brief clip of a potentially unsafe situation.
ashtrays on planes, even though by the time I was around they didn't allow smoking, but they still had ashtrays on the planes.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's the
Here
bonus
we see
round.
2 boys playing ball in the front yard, when accidentally the ball gets knocked out into the street. Should he go after it? Well, kids, what do you think? Judson?
I think he should go after his ball. It looks pretty new anyway.
All right, you think that yes, this is the proper behavior, so you step into the yes section. How about you, Nicole?
I think he should stop and look for the traffic before he runs into the road.
Okay, you step into the no section, and we'll see who's right. As you can see, the
Come on, show him get hit by a car. Aw.
because you never know when traffic is passing by. Well, Nicole, it looks like you were right. Like I always say about traffic safety, you too be careful. And as for you, Judson,
We're gonna bludgeon you, you idiot boy.
on the quiz.
That's just how we do things here.
Players. Hi, kids.
Hi.
Your topic is bike safety. Question 1. Most bike accidents happen when
This
kids
voice is
don't watch
really
out for traffic.
an assault.
True. False.
The answer is true.
He hit the true button
Every 5
and
bike
said
and
false.
car accidents are caused by
Bullshit.
the bike rider. Next, you should ride your bike against the flow of traffic.
False. False.
Very good. You've been listening. You bike with the traffic and walk against the traffic. Remember, we talked about that in traffic safety. Okay, you should only stop at the edge of the road or curb if you see traffic coming. True or false?
True. True.
I'm taking back my previous compliment. The answer is false. Just like in traffic safety, always stop, look left, right, and left again before riding out into the street or road. Better luck with this one. Bike riders do not have to stop at stop signs or traffic lights.
False. False.
Much better. The answer is false, because bike riders must follow all the same traffic laws as cars. Next one. Retro-reflective clothing is necessary for bike riders.
True.
Yeah, sometimes the setup and the premise are great.
Proud of you. The answer is true because
And then the actual tape is a slog. This is only 30 minutes.
and could save you from being badly hurt.
But there are 5 different safety sections. So I really hope they're going to change up the format.
These are the hand signals
And it's
for
just a
bike
true-false quiz for the
Are they
pedestrian
correct?
stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. Wonderful. 10 points for each team. Next question. Bikes must have lights and reflectors.
True.
False.
The answer is true. Listen to this. If the street lights are on, your bike lights should be on, even if you think it's still light enough. Remember that? That's right. It's bonus.
Oh God, the Germans are bombing. Oh.
Remember the rules from last time. I'll show you the clip. You give the answer. Here goes. While practicing basketball, this boy gets invited to go bike riding, but he has misplaced his helmet. Should he go anyway? Okay, we see what's happening here. What do you think, Standrea?
After listening to you talk about head injuries without helmets, I don't think he should go.
Okay, stand by the no. How about you, Nathan?
Good job,
I
Standrea.
think it's no also.
I see. Then stand by the no as well, and let's see how smart you are. As you can see, the boy makes the correct decision and chooses not to ride his
This would be way more effective if the clips showed us
It's just not worth it.
the boy going for a bike ride without a helmet and then getting hit by a car and thrown from his bike and having a horrible head injury.
3 out of 4 bike
But in like a comical way.
injuries. So you two be smart and wear a helmet. Where are my next 2 contestants?
The U2B thing is really a lot.
Ready!
Ready.
That's what I like to hear. Your topic is water safety.
Oh God.
Most kids think that swimming lessons make them a great swimmer.
We're just moving on.
True.
That's right.
We're just doing this game show format for the whole thing.
Swimming lessons may make you a good swimmer
most
in a pool.
Boring wooden game show possible.
That even the best swimmer can't plan for. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now, you should never dive into unknown water even if you think it's deep enough.
Truth.
True.
Much better. It is true. There is no way to accurately judge how deep unfamiliar water is. So always
that's a
remember
beautiful
my
bicycle
simple
ghost.
rule. Jump feet first, first time. Next one. 2/3 of all drownings occur in swimming pools.
True.
False.
The answer is false. Believe it or not,
All drownings occur in
drownings
swimming
occur in
pools.
freshwater lakes and ponds. Here's a boating question. Life jackets or life preservers
How does this help children?
necessary when boating?
Knowing the statistics of pond drownings versus
The answer is
pool
false.
drownings.
Life jackets or life preservers should always be worn when boating. Back to swimming. Swimming alone is safe and relaxing. True or false?
Truth.
False.
The correct answer is false. Swimming may be relaxing, but swimming alone is extremely dangerous. Use the buddy system. Swim with a friend. Okay, next question. Never swim during an electrical storm. True or false?
True.
True.
That's right. High winds, heavy rain, and the possibility of being electrocuted if lightning strikes the water make swimming in a storm very dangerous. Extra credit question. For 10 points, look at the diagram. This is a diagram showing what to do if someone falls into the water and needs help. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. You're right. And that means 10 points for each team. I want to also tell you that calling for help as a joke is dangerous and should never be done. Do we all understand?
Yes.
Very good. How about you kids at home? Good. Now, here's another important question.
Chaz was
True or false? Most drownings happen
a
when
highly
kids accidentally
credentialed
fall
Boy
or
Scout,
slip
so I
into
would
the
trust
water.
his safety information.
True.
True.
That's right. This often happens because of horseplay around the water. So be extra careful and swim only when an adult or lifeguard is present. Got it?
Got it. Got it.
Good. And the last question, Swimming too soon after eating can cause cramps and exhaustion. Think hard. True or false?
True. True.
Very impressive. That is right. Digesting food uses lots of energy, and so does swimming. Your body can't supply enough energy to do both at the same time.
What?
Bonus round, come on! You guys ready for the film? Ready!
If that old wives' tale were true, at least one child would have, like,
Three boys discover a neat
died in a pool from eating.
The boys want to walk across on a narrow ledge and want their friend to join them. It's answer time. Should the third boy join his friends? How about it, Renee?
It looks like fun, and they seem to know what they're doing, so I'll say yes.
Okay, step into the yes section. What do you think, Josh?
I'd say yes, too.
Step up there.
Are they both going to get bludgeoned?
The rest. The third boy convinces his pals that playing near unknown water is very dangerous. Besides the risk of drowning, a fall from the bridge could be fatal. Also be aware of warning signs.
Hey, Noah, thank you for the 6-month
For your
resub.
protection. Oh, you're both wrong. And you know what that
Time to get bludgeoned. Oh,
Pay attention next time. Get into some dry clothes and you two be aware. Let's have the next two players. Do you two think you know anything about fire safety and burn prevention?
You bet.
oh no.
Well, we'll see, because that's your topic. Here's the first question. To avoid burns and scalds, ask parents to turn pot handles toward the back of the stove out of the reach of smaller children.
True. True.
If they answer wrong, they get
You
burned.
should definitely
At
ask
the
your
stake.
parents to do this, because it can keep the younger kids from getting seriously burned. Now, kids should bug adults about getting smoke alarms for the house. True or false?
True. True.
Right you are again. In fact, kids should also bug adults about checking the batteries monthly. And if you ever hear the smoke alarm go off, get out of the house fast. And never, I mean never, remove the batteries from the smoke alarm.
What if your parents are abusive and
Good.
the best strategy is not to bug them about
Smoking in
shit
bed is
because they will
safe
not
for
respond in a way
adults.
that is safe for you?
True. True.
No way! This is false. They could fall asleep and start a fire. In fact, cigarettes cause half of all household fires. Next, fire drills are only necessary at school.
True. False.
The answer is false. Fire drills should also be done in the home. Have the whole family map out an escape plan.
God, how can this guy be doing this voice nonstop for 30 minutes? And how can we possibly be bearing it with our ears?
Is stop, drop, roll, and
Constantly rotating and shouting.
True. True.
right you are. Don't run because running fans the flames. So stop, drop, and roll to put out the fire, and cool with only. So.
Sorry, I might make this the thumbnail for the VOD, so I have to look very exacerbated.
Roll and cool.
Exasperated, I
Right you
mean.
are. Extra credit question. Take a look at the diagram. Do you see anything in this picture that is a fire hazard?
Yes. Yes.
You're right.
It's actually more of a shock hazard,
It can start a fire. An electrical
assuming they don't have GFCI outlets.
can electrocute you. 10 more points. Next question. If you are ever caught in a fire, the freshest air is near the ceiling.
True. True.
No, think about it. The freshest air is near the floor because smoke rises. Remember,
These children are gonna.
crawl below the smoke.
The robot is going to asphyxiate the children to teach them a lesson.
It's safer to sleep with your door open.
True. False.
The correct answer is false. Sleep with your door closed, because if there is a fire, the door can keep smoke and flames out. Feel for heat on the door, not the doorknob, because the doorknob could burn you. Then use another exit if there is one. That's right, it's bonus time.
Why is that the sound for bonus time?
Ready? Roll that clip.
God.
While visiting at Grandma's house,
Flam brand
Boy
matches.
finds a box of matches that Grandma has forgotten to put away. Big Sis sees what's happening and rushes in to clean up the matches. What should Big Sis do now? Well, should the sister
Immolate
tell
the
someone,
baby.
or should she forget anything happened? Roxana?
I think she should tell someone.
All right, you stand in the yes section. How about you, Langston?
This question wasn't a yes/no.
She should tell someone too, just like what you said before.
I see. Okay, you stand by the yes also, and let's see if you're right. Roll it. Big Sis finds Grandma immediately and tells her what happened. With Grandma's help, Big Sister puts the matches in a safe place, out of the reach of her younger brother. Excellent!
Oh, no one gets burned.
25 points for each team. Need I remind all of you, you too be watchful. Players. So come on over here. Let's play the quiz.
If we don't get a song reprise at the end of this tape to make it all worth it,
Response. Number 1. Emergency numbers should always
I will still be happy that we found this tape.
True.
Right.
But I will be ornery about it.
The number for the police department, fire department, ambulance, and poison control center, plus the numbers of relatives or friends who could help in an emergency. Next question. When calling 911, an emergency operator or the emergency phone number in your area, always know your name, phone number, and address.
True.
In 1987,
Correctamundo. And
U.S.
hang up until the operator
911 telephone service coverage was only 50%, which means half of the country, if they called 911, did not get connected to anything.
Out of the reach of younger brothers and sisters.
It's now 99%.
True.
You two are going for the record. That's right. Adults may not be aware of this problem. Next, if you should accidentally swallow poison, tell someone immediately.
I mean, it only started in 1968, and they had to, they had to build up
Someone right away, or call the poison control
the dispatch
center
centers and
do
the
what
telephone
they tell
infrastructure
you.
and everything.
This will save a life. Let's see if you can keep the perfect
But it
record.
started, fun fact, in Haleyville, Alabama.
In an accident, never move them.
That's their claim to fame, is that they invented 911.
False.
Sorry, it's actually true. Because with many injuries, especially to the head or neck, the damage can be increased by moving the victim improperly. Call for emergency help immediately. Extra credit question, 10 points up for grabs. Look at the diagram. This diagram shows what to do in case someone is choking.
I really feel like this would be more effective and informative if they just presented the information
Points, please. You should only use
with
the
visuals and walked you through it instead of just
breathe, speak, or call.
presenting the information and making half of it wrong.
It's important to learn first aid and CPR.
True. True.
A fine way to end the quiz. That is correct.
That ends the quiz. Yes.
Parents and older brothers
Thank
and
you.
sisters to learn first aid and CPR now.
We are at 26 minutes.
CPR allows you to help someone whose heart and breathing have stopped. You guessed
But
it.
we're not going to show you anything about it. We're just going to allude to it.
You know the rules. Let's roll the film. While bringing some things down from the attic, Dad takes a tumble down the stairs. His daughter rushes to the rescue, only to find him unconscious. Tell me, should this girl move the victim from the stairs or call for help? Brandy?
I'd move him first. He looks pretty uncomfortable.
Okay, you say yes. I would move him.
I mean, he's face down on the floor, so I would maybe just, check that his airways are unobstructed
I would call an ambulance.
Okay, stand by
to
the
make
door.
sure
Let's watch the rest of the
that he
film.
wouldn't suffocate. I don't know.
This girl knows that you should never move an accident victim. Instead, she locates the emergency numbers next to the phone and dials her local
If your
ambulance.
parents have written down all the emergency numbers and they are all 555 numbers,
She stays on the line.
that's a red flag. You should get out of the house.
The operator tells her to do so. Congratulations, Dee Dee! That's great! And Brandy, never move an accident victim. Too bad. I guess we'll have to turn you into a very special chocolate sundae.
No, why? That's,
How about a little whipped cream? And maybe a little strawberry sauce.
Ah.
To top things off. Brandy, go defrost yourself. And don't forget, you two be prepared.
This robot is a menace.
It looks like we're just about out of time. And although the scores may not be equal, There are no losers on this show. Jerry, tell them what they've won.
Can somebody clip that past 45 seconds?
A newfound respect for potentially dangerous situations, the ability to judge right from wrong, and much, much more.
Thanks, Jerry.
The world needs to know about this robot.
They're in TV land. Until next
The world needs to be warned.
Safe kids are no accident. You too be safe. Bye-bye.
I swear to God, if he disappears while walking away from the camera.
You kids are pretty clever. I guess I couldn't hear that noise all the way down the hall. All right, before I finish up about you, 2B, I think we ought to take this quiz.
What sort of chaotic classroom is this where you make the kids scramble up to the desk? Just hand them.
I'll have these graded after recess. Then we can finish up about you, 2B. $100, $100, $100, $100. Well, looks like we did it again.
Oh. What? Come on. That can't be it. It just... Yeah, this is not a tracking problem. That's just the end of the signal that was recorded on this tape. Is YouTube the demon from The Ring? Am I gonna die now? I am mildly alarmed. Anyway, this was the official Kids Safety Quiz game show. Safe kids are no accident. A program of Children's Hospital National Medical Center of Washington, D.C., supported by Johnson & Johnson and the National Safety Council, sent to us by Green Day Rock. A real gem of a videotape from 1988. Thank you. That was something. That was really, really something.
Well, it's gonna get dark soon.
Whew. I'm very scared. What do we want now? I'm going to make a poll. Both of these tapes have now been rewound, and you're going to have to choose one. It's either going to be Zebra or Oprah. Your pick. Let's see, did I clear the tape? Make sure I do that. And then, whoop. Y'all remember 1-2 Fire Truck? That's a good one. Hammer Time's officially in there now. We got some Cajun dancing. We got Born to Fly, that great anthem about British Columbia or whatever the hell it was. Yep. The Milk Song. Anyway, where were we? Zebra. Is it zebra or zebra? Let's all fight about it. This is a tape from National Geographic Video. Zebra. Take a spectacular journey. It starts right here. Zebra patterns in the grass. Come to the windswept plains of Africa for one of the Earth's most ancient and beautiful spectacles, the Great Zebra Migration in Botswana. You'll travel ancient trails with thousands of these wild striped horses who share vast grasslands with wildebeest elephants and their deadly enemy, the lion. On this 300-mile journey, you'll see the tender first moments of a young foal's life as she instinctively studies and memorizes a mother stripe pattern so she'll never get lost in the herd. You'll witness how zebra family groups are rigidly organized for protection and the consequence of not following the rules. Strict punishment from dominant zebras are worth death from predators. Join National Geographic and learn the secrets behind Africa's incredible zebra patterns in the grass. Oh my god. Alright. Hey. Bella Bunny has forestalled our zebra demise with 1,000 bits. Thank you for Knockoff Jurassic Park theme. Beautiful. Thank you, Bella. Let's see. That's under Tyrell Jurassic. And yeah. Welcome, Jay Linebacker. Hold on. Let me just real quick here. I feel like this needs a little something extra. Thank you, Bella Bunny. We love Alberta and their beautiful museum full of bones. Now then. The National Geographic Society. I don't have to read that part. It is time for... No, I just Googled dinosaur crayon drawing to go with the discount Jurassic Park vibes. Apologies to whoever's dinosaur crayon drawing that was. Let's see. Oh, so that is an image. Let me give attribution for using art that I didn't make. This is available on a kid's t-shirt on Redbubble. It is designed and sold by Monkey Bee Designs. You can buy a child's t-shirt with this design on it for $18.07. You can also get it on a throw pillow. So go do that if you liked it. National Geographic video. Zebra patterns in the grass. Go. Tape 519 sent in by our resident Gothurst driver, Sombrenor. Thank you. Here we go. Listen, I do not get kickbacks from the artist behind Dino Roar. I just feel that it's right to credit them. Are you ready for a 60-minute documentary about zebras? Horses can either have wings or stripes, not both.
Strange striped horses are caught in a permanent dance of conflict and survival.
stripe swing.
Zebras, the wild horses of Africa, must run a 300-mile gauntlet of death.
Is that what hyenas really sound like? Also, there may be more hyenas killing animals in this one. Yeah. You kind of have to expect this because zebras are nature's food.
Waves of zebras.
They're nature's grocery store.
Never-ending race for survival. They trace ancient paths, creating a delicate lacework in the sand, forming patterns in the grass.
Look at all those stripy chickens.
Along the Linyanti River, the first rains are like a trigger, releasing the herds from their self-imposed captivity.
Oh my god. I can't believe our tape does not have the song on it. It just ends.
When they emerge from the mists, they are ready to begin their migration.
It's a forbidden song. YouTube did not want us to see the song.
In Botswana, permanent water is scarce, with huge tracts of barren wilderness between the rivers. The unfenced Chobe National Park allows unrestricted access to all the animals. The zebra's journey begins when they leave the northern river system called Linyanti and head southeast for the lush grassland of Sabuti. Ahead lies a route scattered with countless hazards. Within days, the first herds start arriving. Here, most of them were born, and many will die. This is a complex and exquisitely organized society. Family units called kinship groups are typically one stallion with 6 females and their foals. They always walk in strict order of hierarchy, the dominant mare followed by the second female, down the line to the most subordinate. Any violations in this order are dealt with viciously by the one just ahead. Only the stallion can move freely along the line. Like regiments in a huge army, the kinship groups take up their places along the edge of the waterholes.
Hey, Arceus, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. I really appreciate your support of the channel. I will pick a song. I will pick a song for you.
Rainwater has collected in depressions made by elephants in the dry seasons.
Milk crab is probably what I was going to pick.
To gather around waterholes for months, and when they first arrive here, they are shy and skittish.
I had to go through. I desperately needed to go through my clips and process them, because when I record something off of the VHS stream, I for some reason had the encoding settings like really hardcore, over the top, way too big files.
Around the pan, a young zebra foal is lost.
And so I got rid of like 60 gigs of footage by re-encoding them and offloading the VHS intros that I've gone through onto a network drive.
Of dazzling, chaotic stripes dance before his eyes. From birth, the foal has registered his mother's unique stripe pattern. No 2 zebras will have the same combination of stripes. Each is like a fingerprint. When the foal can't recognize his mother's body print, he calls. Others smell him to confirm that he does not belong to them. No other zebra mare will ever adopt a lost foal.
Oh no.
It's gonna get
The foal's voice is also uniquely his, but more important than sound and smell, the body print is the zebra's means of identification. His survival depends on instant recognition. The proof of the pattern theory is the moment of contact. When the foal sees the familiar combination and finds his mother, he has no more need to call or smell her. He knows he is where he belongs. Within days of the first rains, tiny termites that take flight only once in their lives fill the air. Within minutes, they will discard their flimsy wings and get on with the business of courtship. But for now, Savuti becomes like a fairy tale land, filled with live confetti and striped rocking horses.
Swarms of flying termites does not sound pleasant.
But Savuti also has a dark side. These grasslands are notorious for lions. The arrival of the zebras works like a magnet for the hungry. In their eagerness, they hunt during the heat of the day.
Fedor Thundor. If you don't want to see death, I'll let you know when the death is over. Oh, that zebra's getting away. Oh God, those termites are way too big.
In confusion, the herd is scattered. Kinship groups are thrown into chaos. The stallion very quickly realizes that a pattern is missing from his herd.
Do they really sound like that? That's decidedly unhorse-like. Those vocalizations. Or else I don't know horses very well.
The male's anxious calls inadvertently lead the separated mare deeper into the trap, and the ambush is sprung.
They're pretty horsey. Yeah. Genetics is wild. Yes, Noah. Why is zebra not horse? I assume the stripes are the...
This is the stallion's favorite mare, and when
the stripes are just a way of encoding the DNA sequence. Every animal's DNA sequence, I know it's a series of letters G, A, T, and C representing different like chemicals in the DNA strands, and there's roughly
Sometimes nature deals a cruel hand.
Up to 100.
In the midst of all the lions,
there's up to 100
zebras are about to give
genes
birth
in the sequence. That's why we haven't figured out genetics
Pregnancies
yet,
are
because it's really hard to count up
shortly
that high.
after the first rains. This way, the nutrient levels in the grass are at their highest when the young are born. But they'll have only 6 weeks before the richness of the grass fades. The mares usually lie down to give birth. Now the stallion plays a vital role. As she gives birth, the mare is particularly vulnerable. The stallion keeps watch about 50 yards away. If he gives an alarm call, the mare can put off the moment of birth for hours if necessary. Besides predators, he also keeps other zebras away. During a migration, it is difficult for a mare to isolate her newborn foal from the herd, but it must see only her body during the first minutes after birth. If it imprints on another,
call that
it is
a ditch.
doomed, for the foal will follow the stranger instead of its mother and soon die. The mare shields the foal with her body, preventing it from seeing any other patterns. The foal's tender young brain works like a sponge to absorb the unique pattern of its mother's stripes. It's as vital to survival as learning how and where to nurse.
Their stripes are so mesmerizing. Like the varying line width and spacing.
Finally, the foal knows its mother and where to find milk. For now, at least, it is safe. Over the next few weeks, the zebra herd suddenly increases by 25% or more. Most of the mares give birth in Savuti, and the herd lingers here, allowing the new foals to gain strength and experience.
This is entirely unrelated, but zebra stripes always remind me of my favorite piece of Yoshitaka Amano Final Fantasy class concept art, which is this piece for Final Fantasy II. It's just so bold and poppy.
As the grasslands now become dotted with new life, each night brings with it an intense and inescapable darkness.
Zippy.
Here in Savuti, the abundance of new food in the form of young zebras draws the hunters.
Oh, more hyenas going after babies.
Test each herd, not for infirmity, but for the vulnerable youth.
Bastard hyenas. Ope. 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 I'll let you know when the killing's over.
Mothers can seldom save their young, and any rescue attempt after a critical 30 seconds is futile.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
Many times each night, the silence is shattered by the calls of the dying and their destroyers. Perhaps the accidental death by the flying hooves is a better ending.
Oh, that,
Within the first 10 days on these plains of death, at least 150 foals are taken.
Hyenas just, they're really undignified about it.
In a frenzy to consume, even the lions join in the massacre of the young.
If you take a life, even for your own survival, you should respect it.
Adult zebras seldom try to rescue foals from lions.
But I guess that's something only humans are really.
The constant chasing and chaos results in spontaneous abortions. In this case, rare twins were dropped prematurely to lighten the extra burden on a mare whose own survival must come before her unborn foals.
I did not expect zebra abortion when we started this tape.
The well-ordered society of zebras is thrown into disarray each night. The haunting calls echo across the grassland like a lament for the fallen.
Yeah.
Each morning, zebras spend hours searching and calling, trying desperately to regroup.
Being a prey animal
their losses and reestablish dominance
seems
structures
very
around
stressful.
Vacated positions in the hierarchy.
The killing is over.
Kinship stallion is a tireless warden. He displays, with a threatening head-down herding posture, gathering his charges together. It also reminds other males that he has survived the night.
I think we're done with graphic killing for right now. Yeah, Nat Geo tapes are just not the best to start with when we're like, you know, waking up in the morning. We got to get a couple of buffer tapes in there before we get into all the, you know, death.
When herd stallions meet, it is with only ritual antagonism. They greet gently, and the display of a mild mock fight shows their mutual respect.
Yeah, so the two I have picked out.
Other predators are attracted to the young foals.
Is
African wild dogs
our Oprah
to try their luck as well.
60 minutes, but we can hit the bricks, and Ubos, the ultimate book of spells.
And to the adults.
But
these fleet-footed dogs are
Canadian
the most efficient hunters
kids
in Africa.
Cartoon from 2001.
Now another reason for the zebra's complex stripe pattern becomes apparent. It is a daunting experience for any predator trying to penetrate the confusing mass of striped legs and bodies that shield the foals within.
Yeah, this seems of a similar vintage to Adventures from the Book of Virtues, but it's by Kaboom Entertainment and BKN International, so hopefully they're cool. When the dogs try to run the foals down, a line of adults forms up.
The adults are all males, a mixture of
Porchlight
stallions
Entertainment
bachelors
and
united
Turner Home
in the
Entertainment
defense of
were
the young.
decidedly uncool about Book of Virtues. This one is about Oprah's day-to-day life, but I think it's
Even
also
bachelors
a
with
weight
no
loss
offspring
program pitch.
cooperate in this defense. Threatening lip-smacking behavior makes their position
It's
clear.
all about Oprah's weight loss journey, which was like, if you remember,
wild dogs
the
are blocked
early
by the
90s,
males, and the
a pretty big
situation
thing,
diffuses.
a pretty big Oprah deal. It was like the OJ trial and Oprah losing or gaining weight. That's all I remember from the news of that time because I was 4 years old. I just remember turning on the TV all the time and wanting to watch cartoons or something, and it was nothing but
An unusual
OJ.
system governs the relationship between fathers and sons.
My parents just wanted to watch the OJ
Male
trial.
foals within a kinship group stay secure in that unit as long as they want to. The dominant male stallion won't force sons to leave, and a long-lasting male bond exists between them. A stallion grooms his favorite mare more than others. The sensation of being groomed is apparently enjoyable, even while alone. As they grow up, the foals take the lessons of life from the adults. The actions are closely watched and imitated. No matter how individual, zebras are also true herding animals. When some of them rest with raised hocks and flattened ears, they all settle down. They do everything together, as if by a timetable. A zebra's gestation period is roughly 1 year. As foals are born, the females come into heat again almost immediately. In this, zebras are unlike most other mammals. In other species, females with young still nursing refuse to mate, and estrus is postponed. But among zebras, courtship games begin in the foaling season. Estrus signs, like the flattened ears, are more obvious in younger mares. Their courtship is strenuous and diligent. If a stallion is killed or injured, a new male will take over the kinship group. When he does, he will inherit all the females and their young.
We got zebra death, we got zebra sex.
Foals of the previous stallion. Zebras are equipped with unusually long penises that could cause the mares to miscarry.
Nature.
The females would then come into heat again almost immediately, so the stallion could then sire his own offspring.
Death and dicks here on Golden VCR.
When the bachelors catch the scent of a young female in heat, they display the usual Flehmen smelling behavior. The bachelor hierarchy has been established by the constant displays and testing. But now last-minute jostling determines precisely who will venture out to court the young mare.
Because we had the mop image during our bird time, that other stream. And that worked pretty well, I thought.
She has slipped away from her father and immediate family.
So I've had the idea now of
attracts the most eligible young bachelor.
becoming a ping tuber, but the images are just my face, and it's like Tom Goes to the Mayor style. I have something to say here. Look at these zebras.
The young male is already
that's a zebra.
Strong of body.
I tell you what, a zebra like that's a great zebra. Yes.
By racing out and displaying, he attempts to abduct the female, but the father soon notices her absence.
Like, I have lots of professional experience doing, like, 3D animation. I know how to... I'm not good at it. I've never been, like, an animator or a character modeler, but I know how to make a rig.
The herd, he sees what the bachelor is up to.
But then you got to do, like...
and leads the female.
You got to do facial capture of some time to feed into your rig, I assume. I've never really looked into tools for this. And it seems like a lot of work for a dumb meme. But what is Golden VCR if not a lot of work for a dumb meme?
Her towards her family, and then turns to deal with the bachelor. The fighting is vicious. The stallion's intention is not to keep his daughter from mating, but to test the bachelors and fight off the weaker ones. The bachelor is a good match for the father.
Yeah, that's
thick necks and stout
kind of fascinating.
Strength, speed.
It's kind of the fascinating thing about these tapes. Is it like, oddly, a lot of human behavior makes a lot more sense when you are considering it from an evolutionary perspective and looking at what animals do and why. Because the reasons that animals do the things they do and behave the way they do is... Those reasons are much more clear and obvious. And then you look at human behavior, which seems so complex and mystifying. But a lot of the times it's like, no, it's pretty simple, actually. It's the same reason the zebras are doing it.
The stallion keeps the pressure on by chasing and biting the bachelor. Serious fighting is rare, but this is the occasion for it. The only way for a bachelor to begin his own herd is to first confront a kinship stallion. The object is to bite the neck or hocks, or to neck wrestle the opponent into submission. An even match can carry on for hours, exhausting both stallions. Foals watch and imitate, practicing for the day they may have to challenge a kinship stallion.
What was what, Bella Bunny? Whatever do you mean? I'm not sure what you're talking about. It's my Tom Goes to the Mayor routine.
The test goes on until a truce is made. Almost simultaneously. The bachelor has held his own against the father and has won his prize. He will have the first mare of his own kinship group. Ironically, even now, the young mare may not allow copulation until later, after he has defended her for months.
I remember the first time I visited in Wisconsin after meeting Haley, and I had to wrestle her dad to prove my worth. Actually, it was more like a...
offers a reprieve from the intense hunting. In the moonlight, the stripe patterns break up their shape.
I think the first bonding / vetting experience I had with Haley's dad was going on a walk in the park that he used to manage and talking about our family origins, and he talked a lot about trees, and I listened intently to him talking about trees. Which in Haley's family is like the equivalent of the zebra wrestling.
When the heavy thunderstorms rake the savannah, the zebras bunch together, preparing to move on again.
I had some good lore.
Although grazing and water is abundant, the pressure from predators has been intense.
Talked about my family, talked about
2 months, lions and hyenas.
My mom's family and her
that it is impossible to avoid them.
Parents and grandparents' immigrant origins. Talked about my dad's family and my granddaddy growing up picking cotton and standing up one day and deciding, to hell with this, I'm not doing this with my life. And then he joined the army. And then he did a World War II.
The patterns in the grass appear again. The painted horses string out in orderly single files.
The story, the trajectory
the migration
of your
turns
kin.
Due south, heading for the Mbabe Depression.
Well, yeah, he didn't do it. He wasn't responsible for World War II. That was a different guy. He just joined the army. And then became a career army man.
Mbabe, the burst of rain floods the savannah in inches of sheet water. It's more than enough to deter the hunters. Lions prefer not to hunt in water.
Ew, icky. It's so wet. My meat's gonna be all soggy. To hell with this. He's just slowly backing up. I have made a mistake.
The journey is slow, each group walking at the pace of the slowest bender.
Cats do that.
Almost every kinship group has had a run-in with death.
Oh no. More death.
Some survivors have come too close to the raking claws of lions.
More death.
And those dreadful snapping jaws of hyenas.
We got some zebra injuries. Death alert. Ouch.
Within the safety of the flooded grasslands, the zebras will spend at least 6 weeks with good water and adequate food.
All zebras should have death alert.
They can relax and let their wounds heal. Once again, they break into smaller groups and disperse. Wildebeest and zebra herds gather together occasionally, mixing freely. They coexist because they eat different parts of the same grass. Zebras eat the upper leafy sections, while wildebeest eat what is left. But unlike zebras, wildebeest are noisy characters that seem to run and play for sheer pleasure.
I like how the life alert is a VHS rewinder.
In the confusion, a very young wildebeest calf is separated from his mother and tries to join in the games.
They're so hoppy. They're way hoppier than I expected.
Adults and is chased even further from his mother. Unlike zebras that can rely on stripe patterns, wildebeest need to confirm identity by smell. If the smell is wrong, the calf will be rejected. There is no adoption system here either. Because of their noisy habits, wildebeest are often avoided. Calling out in distress, the young wildebeest could attract predators. The zebras locate the call and attack. The lost calf is a danger to them.
It's gonna get dark soon.
In a display of aggression never before documented, the calf is kicked and finally put to death.
Jesus.
The sheet water dries. Pans shrink and disappear.
I know this was the popular perception of National Geographic, that they pull no punches. But yeah, now I'm seeing it.
Resort to drinking the last mouthfuls of muddy water in the Mbabe Depression before aiming their faces into the light northerly wind. They have been in Mbabe just 6 weeks. Quite suddenly, the season changes, and the migration starts back northward towards Savuti.
They don't sugarcoat nature. They present it as it is.
For late foals, this is the last chance to prepare for those ghastly plains ahead. They exercise by running and turning as a unit, stretching the gait of the youngsters.
Okay, now I'm looking up OpenCV libraries that do face recognition and pose tracking to see if there's an easy way for me to write my own VTuber software that will do Tom Goes to the Mayor style still images. I should stop that. I've worked a lot with OpenCV before, so I know how to like compile it and use it and stuff. It's actually used. I use it for the friend images to remove the background. But God, and I've done like camera tracking stuff with OpenCV as well professionally. But
since the migration left Savuti,
I'll just have to make a Leica ping tuber.
No zebras or other migrating animals to feed on. It's been hard hunting. Not much has been going on, and any signs of the migration are eagerly awaited.
I mean, spontaneous hyperfixation combined with like technical skills and knowledge of creative tools is a really fun combo. Whether or not you're diagnosed with ADHD.
The zebras have arrived. Like spirits, they float through the ancient tree line, bodies dancing on the heat haze, feet and legs lost.
They're ADHD things that sometimes I identify with, but anytime I do, Haley is like, "You don't have ADHD." And I trust her ADHD door. And I don't know if my quality of life is affected either way.
They explode into Savuti, well-rested, well-fed, and ready for those that are waiting. The hyenas are quick to rise to the challenge. Now most of the foals have grown past the vulnerable stage. The late births are sought out by hyenas.
I mean, I did quit my job to stream videotapes.
Even during the day, they gather to pick from the encircled young.
It's a slightly concerning sign, but I think there are also a lot of factors involved in that.
If they stand together, no hyena will get through the defense. But these hyenas are experienced and eager. The zebras panic and break for the trees.
A triple bingo. All right.
It is a fatal mistake.
I'll allow it. Who won?
With the clock ticking, the adults all turn to rescue the foal. But time slips by and the foal is lost forever.
Yeah, I feel like Haley and I are pretty supportive of each other's hobbies. I was just telling her last night how cool it is that she
even though the slaying of a foal
sews so much, and I've seen her get better at sewing.
The ecological damage is far less than from the loss of a full-grown zebra.
She can just freestyle it
the
now.
young are expendable when compared to the stronger and more experienced adults.
You can just look at a garment and be like, I want this to be a different garment, and then she does it. So let's see. Haley, okay, congrats on winning bingo. Ailey 92, Super Yoshi 7.
On the northward run, many more adults.
Shadow and Becca. 3,000 points between you. There you go. Oh, more killing. They're really teaming up to kill that zebra. See you, Bella. We will see you on Saturday for violin.
As older mares and stallions are cut down, knowledge accumulated over countless seasons.
Assuming there's nothing on my calendar for Saturday, which currently there's not.
Claw. Survival in Savuti has become too costly now, and soon the migration must move on.
I might do a 9 a.m. fitness tape on Friday.
How the decision is made or who makes it is impossible to tell.
But it wouldn't be a long stream.
Suddenly, the herds move out, climbing the ancient sand dunes that mark the edge of Savuti. Ahead, over the sand ridge, the woodland harbors nomadic beasts of prey that speed the herds to their destiny.
Head pose estimation with OpenCV.
They travel northwest along ancient paths that weave across 70 miles or more, back towards their starting point, the Linyanti River.
You could totally do this. If you have real-time tracking of the face,
each year the zebras disperse across the
it doesn't have to be high fidelity.
Forest for up to 6 months.
You track the face in real time from the camera, and then you have a series of snapshots that have been taken, and you just estimate the pose of those.
They draw water along the river.
And then you just snap it to the closest image to whatever your pose currently is.
Here, another kind of predator stalks the forests.
You
The zebras retreat.
You need like a quantifiable way of diffing the poses.
Hunters are after trophies, and zebras, like lions and elephants,
Seems easy
symbolize
enough.
Africa. This new predation is just another along the route run by the zebras of northern Botswana, no more or less evil than the others. In Botswana, the hunting season lasts almost until the rains. These licensed professional hunters shoot less in that time than the lions and hyenas kill in Savuti in just 10 days. But the selection is different. Here, the best is sought out. They have run the terrible gauntlet and survived. Now their success becomes their failure, and the zebra's stripes betray them. Hunters will pay so much to take their skins as trophies that limited hunting, at least, is both legal and inevitable in Botswana.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the devil's advocate argument here is that hunting, when done with like proper licensing and regulation, is a way for the local municipalities, the local, societies.
Vultures follow hunters' vehicles during this season
to exploit the natural resources that they have access to in order to get
the meat is seldom
money from foreigners. It stimulates the economy. And of course, you get into questions about, is the system where you have to do that good? But more practically,
one bullet.
Is there a lot of corruption? Where is the money actually going? Whose pockets are being lined here? Is the money being used for stewardship and conservation, or just buying some dude a boat? Also, damn those vultures. I know there was a cut there, but that still seems very fast.
Some
the fact that they can strip the meat off a carcass
of zebras
like
as the supreme symbol of beauty and fruitfulness. For hunters, they are the essence of Africa. For lions and hyenas, they mean survival itself.
Yeah, I do think it would be better if the zebras could fight back.
But illegal hunters evade and abuse the laws that protect the herds. These poachers take the skins to sell to traders who in turn sell them as souvenirs. A zebra's skin on a wall can never take the place of the living animals and their precious patterns in the grass. No one can say for sure just how many zebras have fallen to the poachers' guns. Perhaps large numbers have slipped away undetected into the vast Botswanan wilderness. But zebra numbers are dwindling, and their plight is serious. In 1981, nearly 45,000 zebras left their tracks on the grassland and through the forests along this route. 10 years later, in April 1991, only some 7,000 made that journey.
Thank you, Derek and Beverly Joubert. And Derek Joubert. Wait, Derek was the guy. Sorry. My memory is a little short right now. The Office of the President of Botswana. Special thanks. Hey, we made it through a National Geographic documentary.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation from the National Geographic Video Library.
Hidden in an ancient crater forged by fire lies the very heart of Africa.
We have a lot of Nat Geo tapes now.
With life.
It seems like there are a million of them.
A sanctuary for predators. A treacherous...
Please don't send in the complete collection of National Geographic tapes. We have enough. We have a lot.
Visit a land that sustains life, but just as easily takes it away. National Geographic journeys into Africa's animal oasis.
The lion and the hyena. If animals can hate, then surely this is hatred. Each night, the African plains become a battlefield for this ancient blood feud. A shocking look at a dark side of nature.
These are all the Nat Geos we have.
Eternal enemies.
I'm excited for the photographers. I think that one looks good. I'm going to favorite that. Hint, hint, you can favorite tapes on the website. Rainforest. I love me some rainforest. We already watched Love Those Trains. Ballad of the Irish Horse. The Panda. Why not? Anyway, that was National Geographic Zebra. Sent in by Sombra Noir. Thank you, Sombra. And it's now time to move on to a song, thanks to Arceus, which is going to be, let's see, how about it? So, let's see. Arceus has graciously given 1,000 bits for a dealer's choice song. The ones that I've added here are the credits for Luk Tung Kyun, the Babysitter's Club theme, Born to Fly, the Brazilian Anti-Piracy Warning, Cajun Dancing, the Duke Basketball theme, Eyewitness theme, Hammer Time, the LGBT Space Robots Farewell, 1-2 Fire Truck, 2-4 Fire Truck, Fire Truck, the Prego Shuffle, the Rock Kids, which we saw earlier, Smoke is a Joke, Them Bones Gonna Walk Around, Whale Boy credits, Pure Energy from the Milk tape, and then our Ed Emberley songs. The Ed Emberley songs are excellent, I do have to say, if you missed that tape. But yes, we're going to go with Pure Energy from Make Mine Milk by America's Dairy Farmers. This was... we watched this in Broadcast 5 of Golden VCR in November of last year. Oh God, I've been doing this for a while now. If you weren't there for that tape and you didn't see the VOD, well, you're in for a treat. It's Make Mine Milk. Let me cue it up. Let's see where sources. Okay. Here we go.
I like cheeseburger, fries, and soda. Soda?
After what we have learned today?
I can't believe I said that. Milk. Make mine milk.
The cream always rises to the top. Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota of calcium, and vitamins.
This is the little segment from the end. It was too good to not include along with the full rap. Okay, and then this is the actual song.
I'm looking hot, I'm feeling good, hanging with my pals in the neighborhood. I work real hard at school each day. Now I have a chance to toss my cares away. I'm on a roll. I'm gonna show I'm a regular human dynamo. Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota of calcium, and vitamins, You'll feel better once you learn. Milk gives you the power to burn. Milk is natural, pure energy. I'm feeling strong, I'm stepping out. I have what it takes, there is no doubt. I'll be my best, and when I'm done, there won't be any question who's number one. In every way, and every time you better believe I'm gonna shine. Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota.
You gotta admit that young lady can sing, if that is indeed the actor that they have singing.
Milk gives you the power to burn. Milk is natural, pure energy.
Doesn't matter if it's a Holstein or a Jersey herd. The beverage of my choice, I say,
Milk is word.
warm it up, and it'll help you sleep, or drink an ice cold and help you vertically.
For stronger teeth and bones, you gotta drink your milk. For skin is smooth as satin and hair like silk. I'm strutting, I'm showing.
Just what I've got.
The cream always rises to the top.
Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota of calcium,
Yeah.
and vitamins, You'll feel better
This is
once you learn.
similar to the raisin industry stuff.
Milk is natural,
Come to think of it.
pure energy.
Yeah! Make Mine Milk. So that was our favorite 1990s milk rap, sponsored by America's Dairy Farmers. Thank you to Arceus for that one. I have to imagine that some of you were seeing that for the first time, and if so, I hope you enjoyed it. The VOD is Broadcast 5 if you want to watch the whole tape, or I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Next up, it's a new tape, one that we've never watched before. Let's go with the Ultimate Book of Spells, Boss, 3 is a Charm. Let's see. I don't know. Is anyone familiar with this? Ultimate Book of Spells. It's 2 episodes of a show. Okay, we got some Ubos lovers in the house. YouTubos. So the back of the box is just episode synopses, so I won't read them all. But here's how they start out. One episode is 3 is a Charm. Vern arrives at his new boarding school in Hamburg for his first day and is horrified to discover that it is filled with all manner of magical beasts and beings. Yada, yada, yada. Something about Zarlak and his Ratfinkles. There's an evil wizard named Zarlak. The second episode is Man or Morty. Unbeknownst to the boys, Cassie's been doing volunteer work before and after class, helping Dr. Mender, the resident bestial physician, I think they call that a veterinarian, tending to injured enchanted creatures. And then Zarlak does stuff again to ruin the day, and he has to be thwarted. So this is Ubos, the Ultimate Book of Spells, featuring these. This looks pretty early 2000s. Yeah, copyright 2001. So let's check it out. It's Ubos time. I sure am excited for this tape. I think it will be a good one. A very good tape indeed. I love tapes. Tapes are good. Yum. Yum tapes. Delicious. All right. Come on, cool logo. Come on, cool text crawl FBI warning. Oh, it's an Interpol warning. This was, distributed by Kaboom Entertainment, 88 Wingold Avenue, Toronto, Ontario. Les droits d'auteur d'œuvres cinématographiques, musicales ou sonores énergie ce soit de films sur bande procèdent sont les protégés par l'international. Toute reproduction sauf l'usage strictement preuve de compositeur. On vote à l'unanimité en la résolution espérant le volonté de cette fonction. Oh, it's Kaboom. All right, hell yeah. Let's kaboom it up. Ooh, it got burned away. All right. Wonder if this one will make the VOD. We'll see. This seems like a real... This show has real, like, WB Kids energy. Oh God, the book. That is a book with a face. That is a face book.
Oh, let's see. I've got 2 special deliveries in Hamburg today. Ah, what a charming city. Or should I say, charmed? As in magically endowed. Take the Wonderland boarding school down there. Oh, it looks perfectly normal. Yeah, right. Take a closer look.
Here we are, son, your new school.
But I was happy at my old school.
Is this the magic of Hamburg? Does this happen in Hamburg?
It's a lovely modern facility, Vern, dear.
This is a very exclusive school. We're so proud of you, son, for winning that scholarship.
But can't you? I mean, don't you see? Oh, it's completely normal to be a little nervous your first day.
So Vern is a boy who hallucinates, and his parents are international diplomats.
Hey, Cassie, why'd you stop?
Check it out, Gus. A newbie.
No, wait, even better.
A Morty.
Yeah, but it looks like the kid can see us.
Is this the first episode of the show? Oh yeah.
You're right.
It does say Volume 1.
Must be gifted.
More like scared out of his wits.
Totally. So let's have some fun with him.
I'm sure you're going to be very happy here.
I'm still not sure if the building is actually a magical castle, because the little wiggly wobble effect is like
welcome,
well-established standard visual language for you're imagining it. Oh God.
You never met a talking portcullis before.
They're magic. Why do they have hover scooters? Something is wrong with this boy.
This isn't happening!
This boy is experiencing a mental health crisis. He needs help.
Witches
Stop
rule, wizards rule!
taking him around on your scooter and get him some help.
I know, slow down, next time!
So it is a Harry Potter-esque story, eh? There's even a dead ghost professor.
But you can call me Cassie. And this is Gus.
Vern.
This is the Wizards Hall of Fame.
Cassie's granddad was the most famous of them all. One day, my portrait's gonna hang here too.
Not unless you study much harder, young Gus.
It talked.
Naturally.
Wibbly, wibbly, wobbly.
Still life.
See you later, Wiz!
Wait.
Thank you, Reed.
There's been a mistake. I have to get out of here.
Where are you going?
Back to reality. This cannot be happening.
What can't?
Any of this!
I
It easy,
thought
Morty.
that it was
Stop
quite
calling
wibbly
me Morty. My
and more
name
than a little wobbly, if I do say so myself. Yes, indeed.
It's like this. Gus is a second-year apprentice wizard. Oh yeah, if you're wondering about the years, he's half-elf. I'm a third-year junior witch.
You're a witch?
You see? That's exactly why I'm going to be a sorceress. Witches get no respect.
Look at those baggy clothes.
Anyway,
This was definitely 2001.
Monty. How interesting.
Yeah, Headley, I've decided to study him.
I wondered why you picked him up.
Actually, I was just going to scare him. But I lost control of my Scootsimmer for a sec.
Wait.
You lost control?
Of your what now?
Like something took over.
Your scoots,
I either had to
your
scoot the
scootsinol?
Morty up or run over him.
What's a Morty?
Non-believers. Clueless mortals. Generally, the offspring of total Morty muds.
Who dared let a Morty in here?
Aw, heads up, it's the twins, Lucretia and Borgia.
Double trouble.
Our father says Morty should not be allowed in our school.
Huh, I wish I wasn't.
Don't listen to them. Their father's lucky he wasn't banished along with Zarlak.
Why, I'll turn you into an old hag, you witch.
You and what incantation?
Cassie, look out!
I kind of wish we got commercials with this.
Miss me?
I love it when the commercial break gaslights you. Like it's when they cut away, one thing happens that makes it really suspenseful, and then when they cut back, there's an entirely different series of events.
Good afternoon.
It's like, nah, she was never worried.
Gazer.
She never gasped in terror as she was about to be struck by a magic beam.
You're setting a very poor example for our new student.
We were just trying to welcome the Mort. New student, Miss Crystal Gazer. We would never, ever.
Splendid. Then run along now.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, Cassandra and Gus, I want you to take extra special care of our new student. He's reported to have quite the gift.
If he's got it, he sure hides it well.
Never judge a book by its cover.
A cat runs the school?
Oh, don't let the purr fool you. Ms.
This
Crystal
is
Gazer.
very directly inspired by Harry Potter.
Dorm inspection!
It's just us, Elfin. And the new kid,
There
the
were
Mort.
26 episodes produced.
Ah, yes. He's to share Gus's room.
Terrific! See ya!
Wait! Cassie, you know you're not allowed in the boys' dorm.
But Elfin,
Yeah, I'm just surprised at how blatant it is.
once.
Only for you,
With like Professor turning into cat.
Now off with you.
Thanks, Elfin.
And bigotry against the non-magical.
Zolria makes me ashamed to be half elf.
I don't enjoy relying on my feminine charms. But hey, they are a form of magic.
Hey!
The Inner City Wizard School is a very good Key and Peele sketch. Thank you, Will.
Who said that?
Gimmerstein.
Clumsy clod. Oh, I say.
That's just
they treat royalty.
Michigan J. Frog, but as a robot.
I am not a toy.
Here it comes.
Also, hi, Haley. How are you today? Are you doing well?
You may address me as Herbert.
Have you enjoyed your meetings
seeing
and
as
other
what I am.
activities? I hope they have been pleasant for you.
Witch imprisoned me in this
Yeah.
ridiculous metal contraption. And now I'm stuck in this horrible school until I find
Sorry,
a
I was doing my
spell. Then
I was doing my Tom Goes to the Mayor bit. I don't know if you saw. Hey, seemingly Jess, 1,000 bits for another song. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, now that makes much more sense.
We can make that happen.
Special delivery
We have a lot of new
package for
songs.
Junior Witch Cassandra.
Mini dragon?
Snap's the name. Dwarf Dragon. Magical mail delivery extraordinaire. We instinctively know how to handle volatile enchanted parcels.
I'll join your web ring, Haley.
I'm Cassandra. Who sent it? It's not my birthday.
Work it out on your own time, please.
Journey to the center of the earth. I know that book.
Hey, Arceus, thank you for the 2 gift subs.
I am a truly original edition.
No, it's the
Just
book.
open me up, and I shall prove it to you.
Do it, Cassie.
Just watch me.
The book has emote potential, simply because he is roughly square-shaped and a face. And I need to get some non-animated emotes too, because they're separate slots.
Really didn't enjoy that. Okay, book. You have some serious explaining to do. Starting with, where are we?
Oh, hi, how are you?
Can't you read? It
Oh,
clearly
hello.
states, journey to the center of the
Sorry
earth.
for touching your holes.
Which is exactly where we are.
Your back.
Technically, we are in the Earth's crust, but our eventual destination is the center. However, you are by no means ready for that yet.
How about I rip a few pages
We
out
were
and let
talking
you
earlier
spill the
about,
truth? What's going on?
I was talking about, like, oh, I could probably develop my own software to make my Tom Goes to the Mayor ping tuber do, like, tracking and stuff from the webcam. And then we were talking about how
which stands for
our household
ultimate
is one that is
book of
supportive
spells.
of spontaneous hyperfixation on hobby. And I
Supreme
really
Wizard
appreciate
Zarlak is stealing
that we can
all
be
the
mutually
world's
supportive of each other's
Under my masterful
strange
tutelage, you
hobby.
3 are going to rescue the magic.
Why do you cower?
Oh, we're doomed.
I'm streaming VHS tapes. You've been very supportive.
How do I get out of this nightmare? We're just kids.
I love you too. That wasn't a jab.
Apprentice wizard, 2nd year.
And I'm 75th generation enchanted.
Apart, you are fundamentally doomed in a magical world like this. However, together, you 3 have the potential for immense power, if the proper teacher correctly cultivates your powers.
We'd better report this to Zarlak.
Yeah, so we could crush them like bugs.
Oh no. Here comes Zarlak. We finally get to meet Zarlak, I hope.
His Supremeness isn't gonna like this.
You better tell him, Sneerit.
Forget it, Rouse.
I did it last time.
You certainly did not.
I did.
Guys?
Oh, they're called.
You're imagining things, Morty.
It's Fern.
They're called.
You must always be on guard
Scootsumers.
down here. Remember, this is Zarlak.
I guess that's their
Who's Zarlak?
slightly distinct version of broomsticks.
Zarlak is just the most evil wizard of all time.
Not to mention the most powerful, treacherous, and merciless.
That's our boss.
What a guy.
Zarlak was so bad, the Wizards High Council
Yeah,
banished
exactly.
him as
I think I am.
of the Earth.
It was no easy trick either. Cassie's
I have a pretty firm track record of
wizard Getz led the battle.
He gave his life to save the world.
hyperfixation-fueled pursuits, ADHD or no.
But in actuality, Getz failed.
My grandfather did not fail. He imprisoned Zarlak.
Okay, so the book is Ubos.
Do you mind?
He is the ultimate book of spells. That is who he is as a character. That may have said that. I haven't been paying attention.
Power, which is why he is now stealing magic away from the surface world.
Okay, but that's
But I appreciate his German accent in this German-produced cartoon.
Now, it's up to you three to find a way to reclaim the different levels of the Earth's core and return the magic.
Ooh, we gotta tell his nastiness.
Piece of cake.
Oh, sure. A Supreme Wizard? Hey, no problem.
Supreme Wizard? That's a dangerously...
But the Wizards High Council
Let's
will have
not
to declare
let's
me
not call people
Supreme
Supreme
Sorceress
Wizard
when we succeed.
or like any kind of superlative adjective in front of wizard.
Learn the truth about what you are doing.
What?
We don't need that here.
Who said anything about fair?
Well, how come we can't tell?
The reasons are numerous. This will be your greatest test. To learn humility and self-sacrifice, you must each swear absolute secrecy.
Why not? Like anyone I know would believe me anyway. I swear.
What's his name gonna be?
But I swear.
Shimmer book.
Yeah,
A magical, sparkly book.
I'm
Thank
not
you, Reed.
swearing to anything. Oh, I say, I never asked to be here, or to be turned into a toy for that matter. Oh.
Unless you want to be turned into a heap of junk, you will obey.
I swear on my mother's words that I'll never croak a word to anyone.
Okay, the book seems a little sinister.
Now, let us continue our journey.
Also, is that a J on the back of the book?
Your extremeness. Rouse has something to tell you.
Near it, you rotten rat freak.
Das ist Buch, ja?
Silence!
Three kids. Magic book.
Here to stop you from stealing our magic. No!
The Wizards High Council has finally realized what I'm doing. But why would they send children?
Mr. Ubos, do you mind if I ask a question that's been bothering me?
Go right ahead, then, my boy.
Well, the title says Journey to the Center of the Earth. How about from? You can take us back, right? Please say yes.
Of course. You mustn't miss class. It's essential to your mission that you learn everything there is to know about magic.
That's a relief. What? How? Living tree?
That's the trouble with magic. You can never be certain what you're dealing with, or whom you're sitting on. Okay, Ubos. So we can leave any time we want?
Basically, there's just one thing.
I know I don't want to hear this.
You must not stay too long, or Zarlak's magic will begin to diminish mine. In which case, you will all be trapped here forever.
So how will we know if we've been here too long?
Hard to tell. But I promise to let you know the minute things start to get hazy.
Oh, now that's comforting.
I'll take that book.
Zorlak! Ubos, what do we do?
First lesson.
Run!
Do not test my patience. Perhaps you'd like to see real power.
Oh, I meant clasps, not glasps, but oh well.
He sent a Morty to battle me, a supreme wizard?
Bird, be careful with that!
Oh, it's Ubos.
Spirit, else do not do anything!
I think it gave him a mustache instead of eyebrows. Welcome, Swift.
I knew that boy had the gift. Perhaps we've journeyed enough for one day.
Get us out of here!
Now pay close attention to the formula, class.
Nice wand work back there.
Yeah, you got off a lucky shot. Okay, so it might have been a little more than that.
Trust me, I have no idea how it happened.
Maybe not.
This is the first episode of a kid's cartoon, so the pacing...
I can hardly
Sometimes the pacing is a result of cramming all that exposition. Also, yes, it is a J for Jace book. J on the back of the book.
Lest you've forgotten, let the journey begin.
Ah, that's not a wink. Okay. Quick, very ad hoc straw poll. Do you want to see episode 2 of this show? Yes or no? Just tell me. Okay, the yeses have it. Let's continue with Man or Morty. Oh, I get it now, Morty. The yeses were more proactive than the nos. We got another fun song coming up after this. Oh God.
Cassandra? Oh, this doesn't sound good.
Cut the theatrics, Pegford. You know how busy...
Pegford.
Oh, all right. Be done with it then.
Thistleroot. It might sting.
Oh! Might?
Sorry, Pegford. No flying until we find out what's going on.
I hope it's soon. I have places to go and wizards...
40 Peggy, damn it.
I need your help! Bad-tempered Griffin just crashed into a turret!
Oh, not another one! That makes 48 winged
Wingsley, damn it. I love his headband, though.
Worst epidemic of can't fly right I've ever seen.
Also, damn it, I'm just realizing why it's set in Hamburg, because it's a German-produced show.
Have to hold him while I do the exam.
No problem.
I was thinking Hamburg seems like an odd place to choose, throwing darts at a map.
Psst. I suspect Zarlak is behind this.
Shh, not now.
Did you say something, Cassandra?
Yes. Is the griffin okay?
Nothing broken, but he mustn't fly until we know what's causing these poor creatures to fall out of the sky. I'll give him a landlocked potion
Pawnee.
like the others.
It's getting kind of late.
Yeah, this version of it was produced by, or distributed by Kaboom.
I don't know what I'd have done if you hadn't volunteered to assist after class.
If this keeps up, we're gonna need more help.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who offered. Given the savage nature
It doesn't have. What Peggy does behind closed doors is up to Peggy. The image doesn't have to depict that.
Teddy bears at heart.
I wish everyone felt that way.
Don't worry, Doc. Tomorrow you'll have 4 more helping hands. They may take a little convincing, but they will be here.
Aw, Sonny. Hey, it worked.
Whoa, sorry! Cassie, we've been looking everywhere for you. We gotta start practicing for the Scoot Zoomer relay. Vern really needs the practice. I can hardly wait.
This is so cursed. I love it.
Can't today. Besides, the race isn't for
Just
weak
the face.
fat. And I am, after all, the reigning Scoot Zoomer champ.
Why would you use magic to
We haven't practiced.
materialize a spoon?
Where have you been?
If you have magic powers, do something better with them.
I can't tell anyone, or everybody will want in on it.
Great. See ya.
Okay, I hope this works for you, Reed.
She has to tell us.
Pegford. Pegford. Hey, it's Pegford.
Vern is, but hey, I'm your best friend.
Pegford.
So long.
Oh, all right. It wouldn't be fair to leave Vern out.
Sure it would.
Are they hazing the Morty?
Come on! You guys are in for a real treat.
Okay. Treat, more like a trick. I mean, she conned me again.
Oh, stop grumbling, Gus. At the rate the Mortys are cutting down enchanted forests and uprooting these helpless creatures, there's a growing need for trained healers. When I become a supreme sorceress,
Zesty lemonade.
I may specialize in the field. Oh, it's so rewarding.
Oh yeah, real rewarding. Your pet Morty seems to be a bit out of his element.
Relax, Vern. Enchanted creatures are really no different from any other wild animal.
That's so reassuring at a time like this.
Just treat them with respect and let them know you mean them no harm. And never show fear.
Maybe I'd be better on bunny duty.
Well, if that's what you want, sure. But they're actually quite ferocious.
I love that it's a razor scooter. A magical razor scooter.
Never mind.
24 new cases just came in, but at least I've discovered the problem. They've all been infected with a crash bug.
A computer virus? Don't be such a Morty.
It's a magical virus that affects their ability
Okay,
to
they really are hazing the Morty.
Contagious? Only if you sprout wings. Right, Doc?
Well, at this rate, it won't be long before the skies are completely empty of life.
There must be a cure. Some antivirus spell?
Yes and no. There used to be many years ago a dash of magic gunk from the belly of a slime rooter, and presto, you're cured.
I remember them well.
Yeah, they really established Morty as a slur,
Abundant in the enchanted
and then they
forests
keep
of
using it.
southern regions.
They keep just referring to him as Morty or as a Morty.
Yes, the Wizards' High Council did manage to save a batch of goop before the forests were destroyed.
That's great! Let's get it!
But it disappeared from their keep not long ago. There isn't a single glob of goop or a slime rooter left in the entire world.
We have to run, Doc. We'll be back to help just as soon as we can. Come on, Vern.
I think I'll just stick around here and help Dr. Mender.
Oh, yeah, you
That's
can
weird.
redo that with the
I
ghost
could've
or friend
sworn you were
command.
afraid of the beasts.
Whichever one you
They're
wanted.
not nearly as scary as what Cassie has in mind.
Ubo said we have to work together. Down there. The power of 3, remember?
I wish I could forget. I still can't believe that we really need that Morty kid's help.
Why don't you give him a chance? So he's a little different.
That's for sure.
A proton party. Hey, that makes sense.
We've got to be
I love the art
really
style of that one.
careful with this book. There are eyes and ears everywhere.
Yeah, it's all good. You still get the fun points from your bits, so you have fun points banked now that you can use for just a ghost or a friend without having to cheer.
Okay, Ubos, do your magic.
Yikes!
We have to work on our landings.
So, where are the slime rooters?
I am not a travel agent or a magic genie. I am the ultimate book of spells.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just guessing, but I think he wants us to figure things out.
I haven't decided how frequently the mod allowance goes out, but there will surely be another mod allowance soon.
Time in the world. I think I'll just take a nap. You're welcome to open me and read up on the subject of slime rooters and their uses.
At least.
I can't believe how
it
stubborn he is.
rejected my rock with human eyeballs.
Black.
Let's see.
Maybe if I do this.
Nothing about slime rooters on page 1. Nope, nothing on 2.
I don't have that much time.
Slime rooters. It says they need lots of water and mud. Huh. So how's that help?
It doesn't.
Come on, Ubos, do something.
If you'd stop shouting and listen, you might be able to help yourselves.
Shh, listen. Hear it?
Water!
You can thank me later.
Whoa, check it out.
Yes, level 3, Swamp Realm.
Okay, so all you have to do is wade in there and feel around in the mud for a slime rooter.
Hey, you heard her. In you go.
Wait a minute. What are you gonna do?
Keeping a lookout. The swamp is probably crawling with creepy creatures.
Perfect.
Hold up, Vern. It looks like fun.
You may need a wizard's touch.
Here goes. Oh, serious yuck.
So they're looking for a goop or something. Again, I haven't been paying attention. His name is Vern. Not a mean Vern.
Now what's the Morty doing?
The Morty just caught a slime rooter. A real fat one.
Yeah, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It isn't that fat.
God, they really wait until the end of the episode to introduce Zarlak.
Very fine specimen, Vern. It would be
A
wise
red-haired
to secure
dragon.
it someplace safe before it gets away.
Somebody catch it!
I got it! Nice teamwork, Morty. She's beautiful. Now Dr. Mender's patients can fill the skies again.
The guy's got unbelievable luck.
Which is about to run out.
Why me?
Menace is gorgeous!
Over here, slime brain! Hey, over here! Come and get me! Okay.
Good going, Gus!
We're not free of him yet. Hurry!
did it!
Hey, guys. What is that thing?
Zarlak's watchdog. The wizard must have suspected we'd come for the antivirus.
Yeah, well, Zarlak's gotta do better than that to beat us.
Perhaps, but I think we'd best be getting back.
In a minute, Ubos. I just want to make sure the slime rooter's okay.
Cassandra, wait!
What's happening?
Cave in!
Ubos? Gus? Vern?
Commercial break.
Ubos? Ubos! Are you okay?
Just a couple of dog-eared pages. Otherwise, fine.
What about Gus and Vern? Are Gus and Vern okay?
Yes, well... I sense they are all right.
The slime rooter. Oh, it's okay. That was close. You better take us home right now.
Sorry, that is not an option. If you journey down together, you must leave the same way. At the moment, there is a wall of rock between us.
So, what can we do?
Me? Nothing. You start digging.
Oh.
No! Magical excavation takes a very delicate touch. Something you definitely haven't mastered yet.
Being a supreme sorceress is looking better by the minute.
I have to say, this show feels... I mean, I'm not the target audience. It feels very generic.
I can't believe I'm trapped with a Morty.
Like, all of the unique and inventive things that it's doing are just Harry Potter ripoffs.
At least I have the power to save us.
It just feels very, like, early 2000s kids TV tropey.
Start digging. Hey, wizards don't do manual labor. Whatever.
Phew. I hope
Yeah,
Gus
that's
and Vern
fair.
are doing okay. Gus has never been around a real Morty before.
Imagine that. And now they are trapped together, just the two of them. The world of magic works in mysterious ways.
It sure does.
I don't like this book. Yeah, Morty as in mortal.
Well, I guess I have to help since you're such a... What? Runt? Squirt? Weakling? Hey, I was gonna say Morty.
I know! I'm a Morty, okay? My parents are total Morty mutts! Morty mutts! Morty mutts! Look, I don't understand what I'm doing here any more than you do!
Whoa, take it easy, pal. So, I don't know, how'd the Wizards High Council pick you anyway?
Man, I wish I could forget that day. I
Oh my
came home
god, we're
from
getting
school,
backstory.
like I always do. But this time, my parents were floating by the ceiling in some kind of trance.
Aye, there's no doubt about it, Miss Crystal Gazer. Me boy Vern has the gift.
Turns out my dog was working undercover for the council to see if I qualified for a scholarship to your school. Apparently, Scotty's reports were good enough to bring the headmistress out to see for herself.
Did they really need to, like, paralyze his
Mud parents?
parents?
You know, totally clueless about things magical.
Vern really fainted?
Out cold. But the dog didn't lie. Young Vern is what we term a techno-wizard. He can fix anything that's broken, usually just by touching it.
How does he do it?
No one is sure, especially Vern, but it's his gift.
So then what happened?
The High Council knew they had to recruit Vern, no matter what it took.
This can't be happening!
Vern's logical mind refused to believe in the enchanted.
The show was apparently produced by a German animation company.
Run for his life. The more magic they exposed,
It takes place in Hamburg.
Vern knew he wanted nothing to do with it. Unless Vern learned to control his power, he would become more and more dangerous. Just like those spooky kids in your horror films.
So how'd they finally convince him?
They convinced him that he might lose his temper one day and accidentally use his power to do something really terrible.
Oh, I hope Gus is okay.
So, I finally agreed to come for one trial term. After that, I can leave if I really want to.
I'm betting you'll give it up when the time comes. Todd!
Tongue!
Do something!
Coming! Listen, I don't want to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'm not afraid of you. Cassie was right. Show no fear.
Whoa! He really does have the gift!
You don't know the half of it.
The book forbade it
I'd
for
say
plot
this has been the
reasons.
most informative journey, shall we?
Cassandra! Cassandra! All the winged creatures are fit to fly again.
The frog died on the way back to his home planet.
Understand where the little slime rooters came from, but I'm thrilled to see they aren't extinct. As a matter of fact, the one you found just gave birth to 27 adorable little slimies.
I gotta admit, Cassie, you were right. It is pretty rewarding. You were right about Vern, too. He's not bad. Well, for a Morty.
He just takes some getting used to.
No kidding.
They like me! The Slimies like me!
Oh, yeah. Vern's definitely got a gift.
Hey, that's this show. It was an interesting time capsule. It debuted September 12, 2001. Oh no. Yeah, there were a lot of shows that started on a very unceremoniously. Oh, it's BKN. So BKN is the German studio that produced this. And I will capture their logo. That's it. All right, is Steven up? Is he doing a thing? Again, I don't get the memo on these things. But yeah, we can if he's live. But first, we have. If we ended here, that means no Oprah today. Aw. We have from Seemingly Jess a song request for Dealer's Choice. There are many good choices, but I tell you what, I'm going to choose. I am going to listen and force you all again to listen to the title theme for Ed Emberley's Squiggles, Dots, and Lines. A really great song. Thank you to Jess for the bits.
Squiggles, dots, and lines. See how everything combines. Step by step, you can't go wrong. Make a world of your own. One man thought this up for you. Made it lots of fun to do. With just squiggles, dots, and lines. Make a world of your own. You can make your drawings great in many shapes and sizes. Show the world what you can do. You're so full of surprises. Use your talent, show your flair. Add a squiggle here and there. By yourself or with your friends, make a world of your own.
Yeah, this whole tape just made me... It made me want to cry in a good way. It's just very, very warm and nostalgic. Connected with me with my inner child. We also had, from the same tape, Time to Make a Card, which was a great song, and Ideas Are Hard to Touch. And then, boy, the tape is great. Like that piano just keeps on going. All right, and I'm gonna throw in one more to take us out, and then we'll do a raid. This is the LGBT Space Robots Farewell.
Well, gang, I hope you had a good time, and I hope you learned something too. Come on back and see me again for some more fun learning. And remember, treat other people the way you want to be treated, okay? Time to go. So long for now. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, so those are just but a few of the many the many clips now available. Now that I have gone through the backlog, so feel free to peruse those at your leisure. Thanks everyone for being here. We worked our way to the end almost. We got one more tape to go on NASA. We saw some death and sex, and we met U2B. U2B and U2Bos. Oprah, maybe someday. But today is not Oprah's day. U2B. Let's rate Stephen George. I'm going to be back here probably for a brief 1-hour fitness stream starting 9 a.m. How many unscreened tapes? Like a lot. Like more than twice as many as we've ever watched. We've watched what, like 250-ish, and we have total like 800. So, well, 700. Yeah. At least a year's worth of tapes. Okay. Love to you all. Have a great rest of your week. YouTube. I'll see you back here. We'll be here on Saturday, definitely 10 a.m. same time for violin and some other things. So I will see you then. Take it easy, folks. YouTube. Stand back, stand back. When I down to at my feet, there are pick it up with me. All right, bye.